Welcome to my channel. This video is going to be everything about Reportage. If you're planning to buy with that developer, this video will help you understand the pros and cons and why I think Reportage can be a great investment. Usually I'm a big advocate of buying properties from safe, reputable developers, even if you're paying a little bit of a premium for their brand name and for the peace of mind that they offer you. I usually always say it's better to go with someone that's well known with a good track record versus chasing discounts and chasing cheapest price and compromising with so many things. However, Reportage is a different story because here the price is not 5, 7, 10% lower than the market. No. The prices are 40% lower if you're paying with full cash upfront. And honestly, this video goes for the cash investors because everything I'm going to say is on the basis of the price that they offer with the cash discount. If you're someone looking to buy with a payment plan, maybe I wouldn't recommend their properties as much then, because then your discount becomes a lot less, and in that case the property doesn't seem worth it to me anymore. So first of all, let's talk about the developer itself. Reportage is an experienced developer. They have a lot of projects, around 58 something projects, and they have international projects as well. They started from Abu Dhabi and they've built quite a lot of different buildings over there. They are definitely well experienced at this point, so experience is not their issue. Initially, when they came into the market, people were kind of skeptical and scared because the discount just sounds too good to be true. But here is how it actually works. Instead of taking loans from the bank and paying it with interest, they're giving you the offer that, you know what, if you pay off your property immediately up front, I'm willing to give you a 40% discount so I don't have to take a loan to build my buildings. And that is how they actually work. They're trying to be cash rich. And for that, they are giving you benefits. And the discounts that they offer are not a marketing gimmick. I know that's what it might seem out to be, but if you look at the actual prices after discount, show me anywhere else in Dubai that's offering the same prices or even close to those prices. It's genuinely very good value for money that you get if you're buying with full cash. They have a base price, which is what they call original price. On top of that, they do different levels of discounts depending on how much you're paying them upfront. Their name in the market is not as good as other developers. The quality of materials they're using, the products they are finishing are not at the same level, of course. So the original price itself is lower. On top of that, with the 40% discount, you're getting the property at almost half the price. And I'll give you one example. In today's date, Reportage Hills, R.Hills, is selling 3-bedroom townhouses for roughly around 2.7 million dirhams in the same location as Damak Lagoons. This is a better location than Damak Islands 2 or Damak Islands 1, which is now selling for 2.8 and above. Now, Damak Islands is selling 4 beds and the configuration of the townhouses is different, but the location of R.Hills is much more closer to the city and it's a cheaper price, and yet their original price is already lower than Damak. Now, with the cash discount, that's going to end up costing you 1.65 million roughly, or somewhere around that, which you cannot get anywhere else in the market unless you're going to Damak Hills 2 and going for their smallest layout in the secondary market. That is your only other option in this price range. So the deal you get with 100% down payment, no doubt it's very good value for money. Now let's talk about the cons of Reportage, because there is a long list for what you're compromising on with the price. So number one is the quality. Obviously, it's an affordable option, it's extremely cheap, so you cannot come in with the expectation that you're going to have a luxury lifestyle in these communities and the houses are going to be extremely well built. No. They have done their own cost cuttings. Obviously, the finishings are not perfect. It's not shobha. The materials used are cheap. You can feel the cheapness. You can feel the quality. In fact, even the designs are not really that attractive. which I would say Damac is doing a better job on. However, if we compare their townhouses to Damac's townhouses, quality-wise, there's not a big difference. Damac also does compromise a lot on quality. They are also affordable builders. They are not luxury, even though they have that in their tagline. But still, I would say Damac is slightly higher. Number 2 is the amenities. Because of the price point, they are not building communities with amenities such as Damac or Emaar. That is one benefit you're getting with Damac, which you don't get here. The lifestyle is going to be very basic. The landscaping in the community is going to be basic. It's not going to be complete sand. Obviously, they have proper landscaping, but it's not going above and beyond. Number 3 is the handover time. Reportage has a history of delaying the handover. If you're buying a property with Reportage, you should expect a bit of delay for sure. Now, these are the main 3 cons with Reportage. And yet, even with all of these cons, I still recommend that Reportage can be a great investment, because even if you spend 50,000 dirhams and improve the finishings and the interior and design, materials, whatever in your own house, you change your doors, you change your cabinets, and you completely upgrade it yourself, it's still such a good deal that is nowhere near to the next option, which is Damac. Right now I'm talking about townhouses, but they do have apartments as well, which are also dirt cheap, honestly. Even after all of these cons, you're getting so much value for money that it's still worth it. If you haven't watched my video that I put out on Instagram, I actually showed the transaction history of what people bought their properties originally for and how much they ended up selling for. And people have made 3 times the price, 300% appreciation in the course of 4 to 5 years with their existing community Rukan, which is what I analyzed. You can see the video here. So if you are an investor, look at the numbers. That is what matters. If you look at the numbers, it's way too hard to say no to an investment like this. When you're buying with full cash, instantly after buying, you have 40% appreciation on the property. Let's say you don't believe that the 40% discount is real. Consider it to be 20%. If you're buying a property, immediately your property is appreciating 20% in value without doing anything. Is that really so bad? People have ended up making 300%, 400% appreciation in such a small span of time. People are making 20% rental income, because obviously your rents are not going to be affected by how much you bought the property for. The market price will stay as the market price, right? Even if you're not an investor, I've had so many clients that I've sold Reportage to who were relocating to Dubai and they had limited money, but they were able to pay upfront, and they just did not want to compromise on the space they're getting in this country. So they had 2 options. Either you buy Reportage in Dubai, or you go and buy somewhere far away in Ajman, Sharjah. Obviously they went with Reportage. They're giving you a 4-bedroom apartment for 1 million dirhams, which is unheard of completely. And the size is also pretty damn nice. It's 1800 to 2000 square feet. So if you are okay with compromising on the 3 things that I mentioned, then go for it, honestly. I've also had some clients say that you are paying up all the money up front, so that's an opportunity cost, and you're not getting the handover for 3 to 4 years or whatever the duration is. So that honestly is really for you to decide. If you are getting better use out of your money somewhere else, then great for you. If not, you are getting a property at almost half the price. So in conclusion, is Reportage the best developer in the world? No. But are people making money with them? Yes. It's just for you to decide if you're willing to compromise on these certain things. Now, there's a very important thing. They have one community, which is leasehold at the moment. A lot of people think that that's their only option, but it's not. Obviously, they have other freehold projects as well. But if we talk about the leasehold community, Vardana, let's dive deeper into it. Leasehold is not a very well designed concept in Dubai. Dubai's real estate community itself is not very old, right? And when Dubai started opening up to expats, they made certain areas freehold so people can easily buy properties there. it can kind of be a bit difficult to understand it, or even there's not enough support to completely understand the concept. When the city was growing, areas have turned from leasehold to freehold. What happens in this is, if a developer already bought land when the area was leasehold before, they cannot convert it to freehold in the middle of the construction. So what they're doing is, the DIP area was declared to be freehold a couple years back, and people who are actually living in the Greens community have already done the conversions themselves. It's going to cost 1% or 10,000 dirhams, whichever is lesser. This is what I've heard, but I cannot guarantee you on that. Nobody's going to give you a written guarantee. Honestly, if you dive deep into it, you will realize that it's not that big of a deal. The leasehold is for 99 years, and once your property is ready, you can just convert it to freehold if you want. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Vardhana is a great project. You should go for Vardhana. If you're willing to take that little small risk of buying a leasehold property, then that's your call. I'm not going to tell you anything about that. Anyway, thank you for watching my video, which was more like a rant. I hope it helped give you a better understanding of this developer. I hope it gave you some clarity on whether you want to proceed with it or not. If you want any further details on any of their projects, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll see you next time.